So we are going to be playing with our February deco kit today. And I am going to make a couple fun little Valentines. So I have, it's actually cardstock is what I'm going to be using. I actually got it from one of our card kits because I use lots of those. And I have chosen 2 sheets of paper, a couple of our die cut stickers. You'll need your glue, a ruler, of course scissors. You can use a paper cutter if you want, but it's probably won't be necessary for this card. Maybe the next one. But what I want to do is we're going to take the top of the card off. So if you have cardstock, this is actually measuring at 5.5. And your full length, when it's not folded, it's going to be 8.5. So we'll take the middle and I'm going to go down and mark. I actually want my bottom half to be wider. So I'm actually going to take, let's see, I want 3. So we're going to mark right at 2.5, and this is going to help when you're cutting. I will show you. Go to your outside of your card, and again mark down 2.5. So you have your 2 points. I like to cut this first before I cut here. And I don't necessarily like using my paper cutter for this because honestly, if it's not totally even, I am fine with that because it's homemade. Go to your middle, right where your creases and your mark is. Then come in and cut from your top. And here you have this, which I'll show you what we'll do with this. We're going to make a teeny tiny little bit Valentine out of that. I just want to clean up my edges a tiny bit. So now your bottom will fold like this. Now, on this side, we're going to take our front. I used this big, I love the gem hearts. And I fussy cut out one of the pink hearts from here to fit right in there. And I took our pink with the bows and cut out a tiny heart, which will go here. So I'll actually wait a moment. And just because I know I'm going to use this again, I'm going to cut out another one. This never has to be perfect. You can if you want to be very, very particular. You could mark up these edges. You can take a little buffer so they're not quite so sharp, especially if you like you'll have those little slivers. You know what I mean? I have my dog back here wondering why I'm talking, but I'm not looking at her. You're good. So what I mean by those edges, if you have little tiny files, you can actually come in and rough up your edges. And it gives them a little distressed look. And then they're not so sharp. But that's just a little extra. So if you have your 2 hearts, this is what you're going to use on this little flap. So I'm going to set those aside for right now. And what we're going to do on the inside then is fold the bottom flap out. And I want this. So I am actually going to mark this because I want it to come all the way to the edge, but we're going to add. So I want to come out of it. That might be too much. So now you can use your paper cutter. And we'll of course save this because we'll more than likely use it again. And now what I'm going to do is mark where I want to score this, because we are going to use this as our insert. And you know what? This is what happens when you go live and you know what you're doing, but you do it wrong. I want this to be my outside. So we want to score here. Sorry about that. Okay, the reason I do that is because I'm going to come back in and I want this folded over nice and straight. Okay, so I want to get it completely lined up and then come back. I'm going to use my tape and because I moved mine a little too far, I have to cut off that tiny bit so it doesn't show, but I do like that. Now, for the front, you can put these however you want. I'm actually going to use these two little hearts and the little Be Mine sticker that comes in the kit. I'm actually using the larger one. So I'm going to place this here at just an angle. And I'm going to define this. I'm just going to take a little red marker and outline that. There. I like that better. Now on the inside, you can do whatever you want. You can write your sentiment here. I love this little sticker, so I think I might actually put this in the inside. And then you can do your Valentine. Oh gosh, see, you can just do so much. I don't know. I love this. So now you have your Valentine. And then this tiny little piece that we cut off, I am going to fold this in half. We are going to make a little bee. I want to use this love sticker because I think it is adorable. And we can use our little heart. Ooh, I like that. Again, I'm going to define it with the red. I actually think I might put that right there. So now we have another card inside a card. So now our Valentine opens here, here, and here. And that, with our fold outs, will still fit perfectly in our envelope. Quick little Valentine, but something fun. And we still have all sorts of goodies left to play with. Quick and easy. Hope you guys had fun. I know I did. Now I need to make like 3 more of these for my 4 girls. Thanks, guys. Have a great one. Stay warm, everybody.